Welcome to the Employment Development Department's video series for employers. How to respond to SIDE's requests for eligibility information. Have you already subscribed to SIDE's e-response? This video will show you how to electronically receive and respond to eligibility information for the EDD through SIDE's e-response. If you're not already subscribed to SIDE's e-response, visit our SIDE's website and view our other tutorial to show you how.
How will I know that the EDD sent a SIDE request for eligibility information?
Once you've signed up for SIDE's e-response, when a former employee files a new claim or reopens an existing claim, you'll receive an email notification within 24 hours at the email you designated when you signed up.
How do I access my requests?
Select the SIDE's e-response link in the email sent to you by the EDD. SIDE's will send only one email a day, regardless of the number of claims sent to you that day. All the claims can be reached from that link. Tip: add this email to your address book to prevent requests from going into your junk and/or spam folder. This link will direct you to Employer Services Online. Enter your Employer Services Online username and password and select the Login button to continue. The SIDE's e-response page will display with the total number of requests that require a response. Select the link Respond to Request to get started. This pop-up box informs you that you are leaving the EDD website and are being redirected to the National SIDE's e-response website. Select Continue to navigate to your home page. You are now on the Separation Information Request homepage. Here, you'll see a list of all separation information requests associated with your account, starting with the oldest first. The page displays your former employee's SSN, name, and date the response is due. The left side of the page provides navigation instructions specific to the page you are viewing. It also includes a link to the user's guide. You can also view the requests by due date or status. Typically, you should answer the responses in the order they were received to meet the due date. It is important that each response be submitted by its due date to ensure timeliness and provide the eligibility information we need to make a sound and legally based decision to properly charge your UI Reserve account. The response status field identifies if a response has been submitted, is in progress, or has not been started yet. At any point while completing the response, you can save your work and come back to it later. The response status will show In Progress. You can choose to edit your saved response or delete the information to start over. Deleting the response does not delete the actual notification, only the information you entered. You cannot delete or edit a response that has already been submitted. Instead, you will create an amended response, which we will discuss later.
How do I respond to a new request?
Select the Create Response button to begin. The Claimant and Employer Identification page is the first page to display. It includes information regarding your former employee and your business, such as their name and Social Security number. It is important to review the information on this page for accuracy. If any of the information is incorrect, it could adversely affect your UI Reserve account. You will notice that your state employer account number will appear in the Federal Employer Identification Number (FEIN) field with 2 zeros at the end. These two numbers should match and should be your current state employer account number. If this information is incorrect, or the claimant worked under any other SSN or name, select the corresponding box. You will be navigated to the Claimant and Employer Identification Change page to correct the information. The data will be routed to the EDD for review and handling. Select Next to save your work and continue. You are now on the Prepare Information page. This page gathers information about you, the person preparing the response, including your contact information. It is important that you provide the best phone number for the EDD to contact you, in case clarification or further information is needed. The EDD is required to conduct phone interviews with you and your former employee to address issues and resolve conflicting information. Select Next to save your work and continue. Now, you're on the Employment Information page. Here, you'll find information provided by the claimant to the EDD when they filed their claim. You'll be asked to validate this information and complete the required fields, which are indicated by a red asterisk. The last day worked is important because it determines the effective date of our decisions and identifies if the claimant earned any wages since the start of their claim. If the last day worked or separation reason provided by the claimant is different, enter the information from your records in the corresponding fields. If the claimant is still working, enter the last day the claimant physically worked. It is important that you select the correct reason for the separation because the additional pages that display will request clarifying information related to that reason. Not listed above should only be used if the situation does not fit any of the other reasons. Only use the separation reason refused to provide when you cannot or will not present the information requested, and we should proceed based on the information the claimant provided. If the reason for separation is a labor dispute, identify if it was a strike or lockout. Otherwise, skip this question. If the reason for separation was retirement, let us know if the retirement was mandatory or voluntary. Otherwise, skip this question. Later, you will be given the opportunity to provide information about a pension. If you selected that the claimant was fired, discharged, or on disciplinary suspension, then you'll be required to also complete the discharge or disciplinary suspension page. Once you have completed the Employment Information page, the Wages Earned and Hours Worked page will display. This page is for you to let the EDD know if the claimant worked and earned any wages after the claim effective date, located at the top of the page. If the claimant did not work and or earn any wages for the period of time indicated, then skip the questions. Now, you are on the Additional Separation Information page. This page asks you to provide return to work and other compensation information. If the claimant is still working part-time, let us know if the claimant is still working and if they are working all available hours. Specify if the claimant will receive any of the following compensation on or after the last day of work. We do not need to know about compensation the claimant received for work that happened prior to the claim effective date. You are required to either select the yes or no checkbox for each compensation type. If you select yes, you'll be asked to provide additional information related to the compensation. Remember that company pension we mentioned earlier? Indicate here if the claimant is receiving a company pension by answering yes or no, and be prepared to provide additional information about the pension. This information is needed to determine if the claimant is entitled to benefits and how much your account will be charged, if any. As we mentioned earlier, if you selected fired or discharged on the Employment Information page, the Discharge or Disciplinary Suspension page will display. Here, you will provide detailed information about the final incident, which caused the claimant to be discharged or suspended. If there were prior incidents, select yes. The questions that follow give you plenty of opportunity to provide details regarding prior warnings and incidents. The Prior Incidents and Additional Information page will display. On this page, you can provide information for up to 4 prior incidents. The prior incidents should relate to the reason why the claimant was discharged and need only be reported if they are needed to support any action you've taken with the claimant. If you have supporting documentation, such as company policies, written warnings, or any relevant documents that support your statement, You may upload these documents to the attachments page. You can upload up to 10 documents with a maximum size of 5 megabytes for a single response. If there is conflicting information between you and the claimant, these attachments can be used as written evidence to support your statement. After uploading documents, the attachments will display here. When you're done, select Next. The Additional Separation Information page is the final page to display before submission. Enter any additional information regarding the separation. Remember, we will contact you by phone to obtain clarifying or additional information if needed. So if we leave a message, be sure to call back by the time requested to protect your UI account from charges. If there is no other information you would like to add, enter None in the field. Select Next to go to the submission page. On the submission page, select the View Print link to review your responses. To make any changes, select the Back button. If your answers are correct, select Submit to State. We recommend you print a copy for your records. You may print the response at any time by selecting the View Print link. Responses remain available online for 35 days. If the Submit to State button is grayed out, one or more of the required fields in your response are missing information. Simply select the link to be directed to the page that contains the missing information and provide your response. When the response has been successfully validated, you can submit it to the EDD.
After I submit my response, do I need to contact the EDD?
No. Once you've submitted your complete and timely response, the EDD will process the information and will contact you if additional information is needed. You can amend your response if you discover additional information after the submission. It won't change the original one, but allows you to provide additional information pertinent to your statement. You can only submit information through SIDE's eResponse when you have received the eligibility request through SIDE's eResponse. There are some exceptions when you will still receive the paper notice of unemployment insurance claim filed. If you've already received a paper eligibility request, you must complete and mail the form within 10 days. We hope this video was helpful. For more information, please visit the SIDE's website.